Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Jennifer with Creativity. I am coming live to you from Lexington, South Carolina tonight. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I am here tonight for our craft along for the month of October. Get your kits out. For those that purchased in advance, go ahead and get your kits out and get them ready as I get my desktop set up so you will be ready to craft along with me. For those that did not get a chance to purchase the kit, I do have 2 kits available. All you have to do is place a minimum $45 order between now and Friday, and you will get all of the supplies to make these projects, and I will send that out to you. So it is simple, it's easy. You will be able to come back to the video and see the instructions, as well as you get a written tutorial as well. So, hello Debbie. I am just getting started. I am getting my desktop up as we are getting everything set up. Welcome everyone. This is our October craft along, and I am excited to share the projects with you tonight. Give me 1 second. Oh, I don't need that. I want to do that. All right, got the desktop up. It looks like I am good to go. We're going to dive right into our projects tonight. We do have 5 projects to do tonight. So hopefully for those that purchased the kit has been able to get their pre-cut done as far as their designer series paper goes. Since you did get a pack of the paper, I did not pre-cut all of that, but you do have the written instructions for it. So you will be able to cut your paper along the way. If I go too fast, then you always can come back and watch the replay, and you do have the written instructions. So welcome, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful Monday. It has been rainy and dreary here in Lexington today. It was about 57, which is very cold for us. It came as a shock. We've been wanting fall weather. Well, it all of a sudden turned fall for us. So if you're not familiar with the South Carolina weather, today it could be 80, and tomorrow it could be 50, and then the next day it could be 100. So our weather is just all over the place. Debbie, you just packed all your supplies to go back to Michigan. Oh, okay, great. I am glad you're still watching. One day I'm going to get to Michigan. I want to come visit and see some things and see some demonstrators up there as well. And I would love to meet you as well, Debbie. All right, so we're going to dive in. Tonight, I just wanted to talk briefly, real quick. We have my one-day retreat coming up. It is available to go in a box or come in person. Today is the deadline to register, so make sure you click the link in this video. Last chance. It'll be gone after today because I've got to get everything prepped and ready. This is for the breast cancer awareness give back program that Stampin' Up is doing. And so if you're interested, today is the last day to register for that. Make sure you click that link in the video. Also, I moved my Facebook Live from last night to Tuesday night. So make sure you come back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. to join me with the Christmas series number 4. Got some great projects for that one. I will give you a glimpse. When I flip the camera, I'll show you just a little glimpse of it. Yes, I did there the Tractor and Company bundle, and I had a lot of fun playing with it. However, excuse me, that's a lot of pieces, but a great bundle. Love it. Oh, goodness. All right. Not sure what, there we go. It was frozen on my desktop. But anyway, so I'll flip the camera and share that with you, but I will be live tomorrow for that. And then I've also got another upcoming event that I want to share with you. I have teamed up with 3 other demonstrators to do a fun event for 12 days of Christmas. So I will be sharing information about that tomorrow. So make sure you come back and join that information as well. All right, so let's turn this around. And then lastly, while I'm setting everything up, don't forget about the Stampin Up join offer that they have going on at this time. It is a great offer. For $35, you get, of course, you get free shipping, and you will also get, I seem like you're very high tonight. Let's see. You will also get $125 in free product. So if you are interested in that, make sure you go out and click that join offer link. You will get to be part of my team, and I would love to have you as part of my team. We do all kinds of events together. We craft together, and we just have a lot of fun together. So make sure you come and join us. All right. So, I think that is as good as I'm going to get that tonight. So, let me share with you a little sneak peek of the class tomorrow for Christmas series number 4. I am using the Tractor Company tomorrow. That is going to be, I don't know what's going on with all these lights flickering. There we go. That's much better. All right. So we're going to be using the Tractor and Company bundle. Also going to be using the dies tomorrow night. So these are for the Christmas series number 4. This will be going on tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So make sure you come back and see me because I have out of the ordinary cards. Like, for an example, here is one of the cards that we will be doing. That is not a true Christmas card for me, but we will be doing that one. And then I have this little cutie right here. So these are projects for Christmas series number 4. So make sure you come back and get the information on that. I'm not going to share anymore. Okay? Not going to share no more of that. All right. What I am going to share with you is our craft along for tonight. So I am using the traditional labels. Love this bundle. Love it, love it, love it. Also love the dies. Let me get those out for you. I have not put these on a magnet sheet yet, and it is really screaming at me because now they're falling off of my little tab here. So let me get those laid back out so I can share those with you. All right, here are the gorgeous dies that go with this set. Gorgeous dies. And the stamp set. So this is what we are using tonight for our stamp set and our dies for our craft along. I will also be using the Tuxedo Black. I will be using the Real Red ink pads, and I will be using the Garden Green. So those are the color inks. These are the dies and the stamp set that we will be using. I am also going to be using these embellishments called Dear Dots, and they are cute as a button. So we will be using these, and they are called Dear Dots. All right, so those are going to be used on our projects as well. I'm just giving you a run through of all the supplies that we will be using in the kit. Now, if you get the Craft-A-Long kit, you will get a pack of these in your pack of your projects, and then you will also get, let's see, you are also going to get a full spool of the Real Red ribbon that I will be using tonight, and you are going to get a full pack of the Designer Series paper. This is called Christmas Tags and More. It is a 6x6 sheet, and you will get the whole pack of this as well. And there are sorted pages in here. Let's see, you've gotten all of these as one design. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 8 designs of each pattern. So you have this one, and then you have this. Okay. And then you will have this right here. So these has got the ornaments on it already. Okay. And then, of course, you got your traditional plaid, which I love. All right. And then you get 4 ephemeral packs with punch-out embellishments for your project. Okay, and we're going to use some of these tonight, but you will get a full pack of this. Now, the good thing about this paper is it is double-sided, so you got plaid on one side, and then you've got the stars on the other side. Okay. And then you had the ornaments, and when you turn it over, it is just kind of squares. It's kind of toned down patterns on the other side. So you had this as a pattern, and when you flip it over, you have that. And then you had this one, and when you flip it over, you've got the plaid. All right, so you will get a full pack of this. You will get the ribbon, and you get the embellishments, okay? And if you pre-ordered, you got all of these supplies already. So, plus you get a written tutorial. Now, because I'm shipping this out, it is $45 minimum order. So if you go in my store, place a minimum $45 order, you will get all of this shipped to you. And then I will have all of these pre-cut just like this, and everything is ready for you to go, and then you will be able to assemble your projects. And these are all going to be labeled as to what the projects are. So it's real simple to follow along with. All right, so I am ready to get started. I hope you are. So for those that do have the project, let's go ahead and pull out our project. The first project we are going to do is this one here. And when you take this, you lift it up, and that is your project right there. All right? So we're going to get started. I've got some of the pieces already to go, and then some I do not have ready. So what we're going to do with this one is you have your cardstock. This is garden green. It is 5.5 by, hold on, let me make sure I tell you my measurements correctly. I don't want to tell you the wrong measurement. This is going to be 4.25 by 5.5. All right. So this is your garden green, and then you have another piece of garden green that is 3 by 5.5, and it is scored at 3/4. All right. So we're going to take we're going to take our designer series paper. Let's see, hold on. Where's my designer series paper? I got it, hold on. I didn't pre-cut it because we are doing this together. So there were some pieces that I wanted to do with y'all and then some that I did prior. So you're going to take your designer series paper. Hello, Karen. You're going to take your designer series paper and you want this to be 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to put this at 4 1/4. And you're going to cut it down there and take off this. But don't throw it away because you can always use that on something else. And then you're going to want this to be 5 1/4. So we're going to take that and cut the bottom piece off of it. All right. Now, going to take before we put this down on our cardstock, we're going to take our extra piece and we're going to score it at the score mark. So go ahead and take your bone folder and run it across your top there. Okay. Now you can use adhesive. You can use. I am using my my tearing tape for this because it is an opening for your project, so I want it to be sturdy. If you had our Stampin' Seal Plus, that would be perfect because it's extra strong, but you want something that's really going to hold it down. So I'm going to take my tearing tape and use it, if I can find the end of it here. All right. Now, we're going to take our tearing tape and I'm going to put 2 strips on here, okay? Just to give it that security, or to give me security because I am a heavy adhesive person. So I'm going to take my pick tool and lift off the back of the tearing tape here. All right. And then what we're going to do is take it and you want to center it, and then you want your fold to be even with your base there. So, and then you just want to make sure it is centered. And then we're going to press that down just like that. And now you have a flap for your card. This is ready to be put down, so now I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal and run it across here and get it hooked down. Okay. And by the way, this is the last week for our starter kit. So if you are interested in purchasing that, don't let your time slip up because Friday is the last day. Ooh, I didn't cut that quite all the way. But Friday is the deadline for that special deal that Stampin' Up is doing with the $35 special. All right, so now what we're going to do is you're going to take this other piece of designer series paper. You want to cut it to be 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. All right. And then this should, yes, go right on top of that. So it is ready. So we're going to put our adhesive down onto our back of the paper here. And then this is going to go straight onto our flip, or our flap, excuse me. All right, so that's going to go just like that. All right, Now you should have a circle that I use the 2 3/8 circle punch with. And you should have a circle now, and that's going to go straight on to the card just like that. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. All right, and that's going to go straight here. All right, now you're going to take your infirmary pack that came in your packet like this. You're going to take these, and we are going to punch out. You should have a square with the green, garden green on it, plaid with the bow. You're going to punch out your little present, and then you should have another little present. All of these are punched out of your pack. And then you're going to just assemble them onto your white circle. So you put them where you want them on the white circle. So I'm going to stick this one right at the top here. The green plaid, I'm going to put straight on here, just like this, guys. Real easy. These are simple cards. I was inspired by, I took a class with another demonstrator, and I was inspired by her project, so I am duplicating and redoing to my technique. But I did a class through Rhonda, and I got the ideas through her, and now we are just assembling the project, but I did change them around some to make them as my card. But I just love this layout that she did, so we are just making our own version of it. All right, so now you should have a white label that came out of the traditional labels, and it was this die right here that I used. All right. And then you should have a soft seafoam die cut out that I did using the bigger die from traditional labels. All right, so now we've got to do our stamping. So we're going to do 2 different types of stamping. We're going to do garden green and real red. And we're going to stamp. We're going to do the first one, and we're going to take Mary, and I'm tapping it into my real red, and Mary goes up at the top. All right, and hopefully I do this correctly. And then we're going to do Anne Bright in the garden green. Now, these stamps came from the traditional label bundle. Yes, Debbie, I love this paper, and you know it is like hotcakes to get it because it's out of stock. I am so glad I ordered in advance because it's gone, and I don't think it comes back until November 17th. So I am so glad I got it. I love it, and it makes great cards. Quick, easy, but also beautiful cards. All right, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to go with that. And then on the inside, I did just for you, and I did it in the real red. So we're going to stamp that right onto this label tag, just for you. Perfect. Now, since that's all the stamping I'm doing, I am going to close these up so I don't get ink everywhere and mess up our beauty. Now, we're going to put this on with dimensionals. So go ahead and get your dimensionals on the back. I'm going to do 2 on this since it's small. It should not sag in the middle. Should not. All right. And then we're going to stick this right up at the top of our circle. but make sure you don't go over on your flap because then it won't open and close. This one is also done with dimensionals. So we're going to put 2 on this one. All right. And then we're going to take our backing off. And this is going to go, okay, well, it'll be fine. I just I did my paper upside down, but it'll be fine. All right, we're going to leave it. Not taking nothing up tonight. All right, it is time to use our embellishments now. We are going to use these beauties right here, and we are going to take 2 of the small ones, and we're going to take our pick tool, and we're going to put 1 right onto there, and then we're going to take the other one, and we're going to put right down there. Then on the front side of it, we're going to take 1 of the big ones, and we're going to stick it right there, and then take a small one, and we're going to put it right there. All right. Then finally, we got to take our red ribbon. This is some beautiful red ribbon. We're going to slide it under here and go all the way to the top of the flap of the card. Come on. And we're going to tie a beautiful bow. And if you don't want to tie a bow, tie it in a knot. I mean, you don't have to have a bow. I know bows are sometimes challenging. They are for me at times too, especially if I'm on camera. If I'm not on camera, they do pretty good. But the moment I get on camera, it's like, what are you doing, lady? That's not going to work. So it does get to be a challenge at times. And I did not, let's see if I'm going to be able to do this. Nope, okay. I didn't make my tail long enough. All right, now let's try this. All right. Oh, I'm glad, Dora. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Mom. Yes, I did make it. Plans got changed, Mom. Scott and Michelle took care of it. All right. Let me fix the bow. We are just wrapping up our project 1 with our craft along. You can go back and watch the video to catch the instructions on this one, but we are wrapping up project 1. All right, so we're going to take our snips and we're going to snip off the tail, and you can make that as long or as short as you want it. Not a problem. All right, so there is project 1. All right, so there's the inside and there's the outside. Real cute, quick, easy project, but beautiful project. So let's move on to project number 2, and then we will keep on going. Oh, I really love this one. When I made this one, I was like, I gotta do this one for craft along. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? This black and red and white deal is starting to wear on me. It used to be a thing with my sister. She used to say that was Christmas colors, and I would argue with her because it's not Christmas colors. However, after putting it together with cards and everything, because Stampin' Up is really going that way also, I just think it's gorgeous. So with this card, we are going to be doing, the base of the card is basic black. Then you got a piece of real red. you have a piece of basic white cardstock, and then your punch outs out of the kit, well, not kit, but out of the designer series paper. So this one, the only thing you're stamping is your sentiment. Everything else is punch out. How simple is that? But also a gorgeous card. Or at least I think it's gorgeous. And then on the inside, it is simple but beautiful. Oh, is it, Dora? Okay. Well, it is wearing on me. It was not a thing for me, black and white and red was not a Christmas thing for me, but it is really starting to wear on me. So, I guess my sister knew something I didn't know, as usual. All right, so we got a piece of basic black cardstock that is cut 11 by 4 1/4. You're going to score it at 5 1/2. So we're going to take our score and we're going to score it at 5 1/2, and that is going to be your base. So we're going to take that, fold it down, take your bone folder, and give it that sweet, crisp top. Good to go there. All right, so now what we're going to do is set that over to the sides. I have my pieces here that I'm going to go ahead and work on first. I don't like gluing anything down to my base until I have everything done, because if I mess up, then I'm able to switch it around without tearing up everything. Oh, good. I am glad, Debbie. Okay, so we've got the real red here, and then I've got the basic white cardstock, and I embossed this with the Holly Jolly embossing folder. All right, so we're going to take this, and we are going to run our adhesive across the back. Remember, since this is a 3D embossing folder, putting adhesive on it, you don't want to press too hard, because you will flatten your 3D image. So we're going to just put that straight on like that. Really pretty, pretty, pretty there. We've got our punch outs for our designer paper pack. So that's going to go there. Then we have our flower that's going to go right here. Okay. I'm just kind of laying it out at the moment to see what we got to work with. And then we have our cardinal that's going to go right there. All right? So that's looking good to me. So we're going to go ahead and adhere that down. We're going to take our Stampin' Seal, and we're going to put it across the back here. And then we're going to put this onto our card. Now, you can put this down wherever you want it. There is no certain place on the card thing. All right? And then I'll just kind of put an X on the flower there. And we're going to turn this just a little bit, and we're going to sit it right there. Our cardinal, we're going to take our adhesive and put on the back of it. And then that is going to kind of sit right at the top of our flower there. Now we've got to stamp our sentiments, and I did that in the black momentum, and I said, "'Tis the season." And again, this is coming out of the traditional labels bundle. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to tap it into our black, and we are going to stamp straight onto our basic white and straight down, and hopefully perfect. All right, then I'm going to take my snips and we're going to taper the end and kind of give it that point. This is going on with dimensionals. So I am going to put 3 dimensionals on here. And then we're going to do here. All right, and then pop these off. All right, and this is going to sit right at the bottom of all of our beauty. All right, so we're going to close this up so we don't get black ink everywhere. Okay, so now that is ready to go. With the exception, we need to take our red ribbon and we're going to wrap it around our card base. And we are going to tie a beautiful bow, hopefully, on the side. That's always my challenge, is getting the bows on the side of the card. So let's see if I can do this. I'm going to be like the little engine. I think I can. I think I can. All right, we're going to take this and we're going to tie our beautiful bow. All right. I'm going to turn this so it faces me to where it actually is on the side, facing me on the side of my card base. All right. Let's see. Am I going to get it? I got it. There we go. Perfect. Yep. Just think you can, and you can. All right. And again, I'm going to just plug it out there. Tonight is the last night to register for my in-person or retreat to go in a box class. We are meeting this Saturday. You come and go as you want. The hours are from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. on Saturday, or you can order the kit to go. But tonight is the deadline for that. We are going to have so much fun on Saturday. So make sure you click the link in this video and come join us. This is my first in-person day retreat. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, though. I am going to tweak it, and I will be doing another day one probably in the spring. So be on the lookout for that. If the dates don't work for you for this one, make sure you join my email list so you get in on the upcoming classes. All right. I don't like the big bow, but I'm tired of messing with it, so we're going to just leave it alone. Sometimes it's better if you just walk away and then come back. If you need to change it, you can. All right, so we're going to put this on with our dimensionals, so let's go ahead and get that in. We're going to put that on here with our dimensionals. Also, don't forget, because I've changed my Sunday night live to tomorrow, make sure you come back tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do my Christmas series number 4, and we got cute projects. If you missed it, the beginning, make sure you go back and look at the beginning, because I did give sneak peeks of the project. But also make sure you go back and hear all the announcements I did at the beginning of it. But All right, so now I should be directly back through my phone. So hopefully it is better. Is anybody else having trouble in hearing me? Okay. I'm going to take that as a no and keep going. Hopefully my sound is better. All right. So here is card number 3. We are using crumb cake and then our designer series paper. All right. Has the sound came back in? Can somebody let me know? All right. Let's see. Hold on. Let me turn the volume up. Okay, so hopefully I've got sound. I am wide open on my cell phone. Okay, got sound back. Perfect. All right. I don't know if it was my speaker or what the deal was, but I was connected into my speaker and not directly into my cell phone. So I don't know if my speaker went out or what. So I'm sorry, guys. All right, so we got crumb cake card base here. We have our designer series paper that's doing all of the work, guys. I mean, this paper just did all the work. And look how quick and easy I have made these Christmas cards. So if you have to make a lot of Christmas cards, this is the way to go. And I'm telling you that because I need to take that advice for myself for the quantity of cards that I make. So on Saturday at my one-day retreat, that is one of the things that I will be working on is cards like this to do for my Christmas cards, because I have to have all my cards done like in 4 weeks, because I have to get them out the week before, the day before Thanksgiving. So I got to get busy this weekend. Busy. Because I am nowhere near ready. Nowhere near ready. So we've got to really anchor it down this weekend and get busy. All right. For some reason, I did not cut my label. Oh, yeah, I did. It's just down in my envelope. So that's what I will be working on this weekend, is getting my hundreds of Christmas cards ready. Because I'm not even halfway there. So I missed out on a retreat that I normally go to, and so I have to do them at my own retreat. All right, so we're going to take the label out of the traditional labels that looks just like this. All right, and then it comes out like this. So what I'm doing is taking the garden green and the stamp that says sending love and joy, and I'm tapping it into our ink pad. And we're going to center it on here and stamp down and pick up. Now, I got to close this up because I don't want to mess that up. I don't want the sending part, so what I'm going to do is take my snips and cut along the side here, and then cut this one over here. That is what's great about this, is because of the die making it so easy. Because now all I have to do is take this off and take that off, and I can keep this and use it for another project. Okay, so you don't have to throw it away. You can use it on something else. All right, so now what we're going to do is take this. Uh-oh, I didn't cut the tag off of this one. All right, we're going to put that on with the adhesives.
And this is our card number 3 for the craft along. If you purchased the kit, I hope you have been able to follow along. If not, make sure you go back and do replay. Plus, you have all the step-by-step instructions. So you should be good to go. But I am here. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. All right, and I do appreciate all the orders that I got from you placing your order to receive this kit, because it made my heart throb to make these for you. All right, so there is that. Now, we're going to take this real red ribbon. And because this is too fat, hello, Patricia, because this is fat, we are going to take this and we're going to, oh, how much is that? I'm going to make a bow, but watch what I'm going to do. Here's a little trick. 12, all right, 15 inches should be enough. So we're going to snap that off. Now let's see if I can get this. I learned this trick through another demonstrator. So I'm going to tuck that under to hold it tight there. I learned this from Hattie. I did a class with her. She is a demonstrator that taught us how to take this ribbon when you want it to be fine or thinner. You're going to straighten it out. You're going to take your snips, and I know I'm out of the camera, but I'm coming, and you're going to just cut it straight through the center of the ribbon. And you're going to just take your snips and go straight up through the center. All right, I'm almost there, guys. It is a lot better if you have it something on it like a book or something to make it flat instead of holding it up. But it wasn't working that way tonight for me. So we are going to go with what we got. Hopefully I'm semi-straight. Hopefully. All right, so now I have this thin ribbon that I can tie this bow with. And I actually got 2 pieces now. So what I want to do is take this and I'm going to tie a regular bow. But it's going to be a thinner bow than the original. So we're going to take this and we're going to wrap it through and do a regular bow. Ooh, got way too much ribbon. All right. And of course your bow piece, your hoops can be as big as you want, small as you want, however you want them. And then I am going to take this and do a glue dot on the back side of here. All right. And then we're going to center it right on top of the bell. All right, and then of course, because it's too long, we've got to snip this off and snip this side off. All right, there is that. All right, now, I did not do anything on the inside of this card. I'm going to let you do whatever you choose to do for the inside. We're going to take the garden green big and we're going to stick it up there. We're going to take one of the reds, small, and we're going to stick it right there. And then one of the other small reds, and it's going to go right there. So there is card number 3 in the project. All right. So that is project 3 for the craft along. We're going to go on to project 4. Oh, this is a fun one. This is a belly band card. All right, let me get all the pieces out. This is considered the belly band project. I don't do many of these. Well, I do a lot of these during the holiday. So But this is really simple. So you take this and you're going to slide the band off. And then you're going to open the inside, and there is your card. How beautiful is that? Very beautiful. All right, so this one I do have to score at the, let's see, what are the markings that we're going to score this at? Oh, snippies. We're going to score it at 2 1/8. So on each side of the card, it needs to be scored at 2 1/8. And this card base is our garden green. So 2 1/8. So we're going to score it. And then we're going to turn it around and do 2 1/8. And this is how you get your gatefold. All right. And then we're going to take our foam folder and we're going to give it that great seal there. And we got to do that on each side, and then your card matches in the middle when you fold it. Or hopefully it meets in the middle. You know how that goes. All right, so now we are going to take our designer series paper again. And we've got to cut this. So we need to cut this at, we need 2 pieces, and we need it to be at 5 3/8 by 2. So we're going to do 2. I'm going to go ahead and cut both of them at 2. All right. And then I want the big white piece off of it. And I said it needed to be 5 3/8. 5 3/8 right there. So we're going to snip off a piece of that white at the bottom, okay? So let's do this one here. 5 3/8 there. And we're going to move our trimmer out of the way. And then we are going to take our pieces, and they should fit on our flap just like this. And then you want to make sure your design is going in the right direction. So it's going to look just like that. Okay? So we've got, go ahead and put our adhesive on the backs of this. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well. I'll go ahead and put my adhesive on here. All right. And then we are going to go ahead and put this on our card front. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing with this side. We're going to match it up. And there we go. Perfect. Now for the inside, we have got a piece of the designer series paper. We're going to take this and we're going to turn this over, and we are going to do this. I am loving this Memory and More greeting, mix greeting designer series paper. If you didn't catch the name that we are using, it is called Christmas Tags and More, is the designer paper. And if you place your order, you will get all of these supplies to be able to make these projects. All right, so we are going to take now our piece of basic white, and we are going to do the same thing right here. And we're going to stick this on the inside, kind of in the center. We are going to take our pop out from our pack of paper that we got. And we're going to stick this straight in this corner. We're going to go ahead and do our embellishments. We're going to take one of the small green and we're going to stick it right there. And it's garden green is that one. And then we're going to take the red and we're going to put the red up at the top there. So that is your inside of your base card. All right. Now we need to take our label and do it. Now the punch out here, I'm going to take this off. No, leave it. This is a snowflake specialty paper right here. I love this paper. I have this paper here is called Silent Snowflakes, and it is a specialty paper, and it comes 12 by 12 sheets. I've got some other projects that I am going to be doing with this that will be in the November classes. But look at this paper. It is gorgeous. Let me get it out so you can see the whole printout of it. I hope it, see the snowflakes? Isn't that pretty? It is real pretty. I love it. I hope you do. All right, so what I want to do with this is it's going to just have our tree. We're going to put on with some dimensionals here. Let's see, I'm out of dimensionals, so what we do is we don't waste. We're going to just snip off a piece of our side here. And that is going to serve as our dimensional. And instead of doing 2, we're going to just do 1 strip. And we're going to take the back off. And then this is going to go straight on here, just like this. Okay? And then we've got our tag again. And this time, I want to stamp in the real red. And I am going to say Mary. All right, so we're going to stamp up at the top. And all we're going to stamp is Mary. And then, of course, we've got to cut out our label, because we're only using that one piece. And then that got put on with, I did that one with the mini dimensionals because it is small. All right. And I did 2 because we're going to take this, we're going to stick it right at the bottom of our tree. Okay. But then we are going to snip off the extra. You want it flush with your label. So that is what that's going to look like, okay? So let's close this ink pad up so we don't get that all over the place. All right. Now, that is good to go. Now we have our piece of red that is going to go around our card. So what we're going to do is take this and you're going to fold it to the back of the card. And you're going to do it all the way. Okay. And then what I like to do is take my bone folder and give it a good sweep on each side. Then for this piece right here, you're going to put your adhesive on here. You're going to hook it down. Okay. And you're going to do just that right there. And then you don't want to go over because then it'll be sticky. There we go. All right. So there is your band. So it's going to slide on and off of the card Okay. Now what we're going to do is take the real red ribbon and you're going to wrap it around your card or your band. And I kind of put mine in the center of the band. And then at the top, all you're going to do is tie a knot. All right, give me a second here. Get my fingers working correctly. So we're going to scoot this down just a little bit. Come on. All right. And you want it to be snug so it don't come off, but you don't want to pull it to where it bubbles either. So now we're going to just take this and we're going to tie it in a knot. Hopefully tied in a knot. I promise it's not that complicated. It sure is making it to be complicated, ain't it? Whew. Made me work. All right. Now we're going to take this and then we're going to cut the tails off. So now that is ready to go. What you're going to do with this is you're going to put dimensionals on the back side. And again, because I'm out on this sheet, we're going to just use a strip. And then we can do just a little one down at the bottom to secure it. And you're only wanting to put it in the center because this is matching on your belly band. So you got to make sure it matches your band. All right. So this is going to go just like that. Okay. And that's why you don't want it to go off, because otherwise it's not going to fit. All right. Now you are ready to slide this onto your card. Just like that. All right. Now we're going to put our our embellishments on here. We're going to take one of our garden greens and we're going to stick it over there. We're going to take one of our little reds and we're going to stick down here. And we're going to do a little green. So there is card number 4. All right. Card number 4. Here it is. All right. And then that slides right on. All right. So there's card number 4. So pretty. All right. Last card. Woo! I hope y'all are enjoying watching and assembling your projects. And if you didn't get it, I hope this is encouraging you to want the kit so you can come and craft with us as well. Whether it's live or on replay, as long as we are crafting together, that is what counts, right? I just love it. All right, so with this one, we are using, I guess I need to show you the project, don't I? Oh goodness, where is the project? Let's see, hold on guys. Here it is. All right, so here we go. So this is the project that is for card number 5. So we have our piece of thick basic white cardstock, and we're going to go ahead and fold that in half. Go ahead and take your bone folder and fold it at the top. We have our garden green cardstock. We're going to go ahead and adhere that to the front of our card base. All right, come on. All right, it's been doing a lot of work lately. We've been doing a lot of crafting. All right, so we're going to put that down as our front. Thank you, Mom. We're going to put that down. Then we have a piece of our designer series paper. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Put your adhesive down. And you are going to put that straight onto your card base as well. Now, what I did for the rest is I took the Real Red and Garden Green, and I used the postal dies. Let me get those real quick. These are the perennial postage dies that I use to cut out the little squares here for this one. Okay, in case you wanted to know those names. And then we have the designer series paper here, and we are going to cut the candy cane, the Christmas tree, and the ornaments. Okay, and then they are going to be put onto the Real Red and the Garden Green. So we're going to cut these. And I may get my trimmer because I don't trust my cutting to be very straight to be able to go on those. So let's take our hefty trimmer here. And let's cut these down. And I know I'm going to have to cut the individual pieces. So we'll measure that in 1 second. All right. So we are going to do our Christmas tree on the first one. So see how it's overlapping. So we do need to go ahead and trim this down. So we're going to just kind of snip it as we go here to make it fit. There's not a certain amount to take from it. So let's see if that's going to work. This is kind of just a hit and miss. All right, so the sides are good, but we need to take some off of the top without taking the star. All right, and then let's take just a little bit off of the bottom. Now, this one should be perfect. Let's see. There we go, okay? So that one's good. Now let's do the same for this one. We're going to just go ahead and cut, and then we will measure. And we're going to just go ahead and do it all the way around. And that way, hopefully, I took the guessing game out. Let's see. All right, that's great. Great, great, great. That's what we're going to do. Going to do the same thing with this one. This one, we are going to trim off some of the ornament. It does have to come off a little bit on each side of the ornament. All right, guys, we are wrapping up our craft along. Next month's craft along is going to be all about peppermint. There we go. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to cut no more. We're going to use the bundle that says More Than Autumn. And we will be using that and making things for peppermint. So that is next month's craft along. So when I post it, make sure you get your registration in so you get all the goodies to go with it. I will know exactly what all is going to be with that kit next week. That is my weekend project. Also to work on the class projects. I'm going to share some examples with you of the cards. Going to give you little teasers so you can see some of the projects in advance. I'm not going to show everything, but I will show something so you've got an idea of what we will be doing. All right, so right now I am just hooking our little pieces together with the adhesive. So hopefully you are almost finished with yours. All right, And then we've got our candy cane that's going to go right there. Oh, this is making me want to be in the Christmas spirit. More so than I already am, because Hallmark's done got me. I have been watching Hallmark Christmas. Oh my goodness, it has been wild and crazy. All right, so we're going to stick this in it. I'm doing it at a diagonal here. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other one. We're going to put it on the other side and do it as a diagonal as well. And this is going to go right there. Just make sure you stay within your card base so it'll go in your envelope. All right, and then this one we are going to do with dimensionals. Okay. So does everybody have their Christmas cards ready? Or are you still in the process of making them? I love doing these little things like this because it does help me get mine together. It gives me a great start on getting my cards ready. All right, so we're going to take this one then, and this is going to go straight in the center. Now, we're going to take the label that we made, cut out using the label dies. And this one, we are going to say sending love and joy. So this one's going to be the whole thing, and it's going to be stamped in the garden green. Okay. This is garden green, and we're tapping it in. And we are going to go straight here. All right, good. All right, now this is going to be closed, and we are going to put this on with embellishments, with dimensionals as well. And we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to put one at the bottom, and that should be all that we need on this card. All right. Now, this is going to go straight across there. Just like that. Now, I use the red and white twine. But for this one, I'm going to use the other piece of the real red ribbon that we cut. We're going to take this and make a bow instead of the twine. And okay, and then we're going to hook that on with our embellishments. I meant with a mini glue dot. Sorry, guys. All right, so we're going to stick this. Come on, hold on. We're going to take this and stick right there. And then we're going to take the tail and trim it down. All right. Now, if you wanted to use the sequins, we can do one right here, and then let's do a mini one right down there. All right. And then I did nothing on the inside of this. All right, so there is card number 5. Oh, the other thing I did with this card was the envelope. This is something that I do quite often with my cards, is on my envelopes, I take my designer series paper and I lay it on the card to match my envelope. So I do a lot of adhesive, because you got to secure it because it is going through those machines. So you can either do it on the flap of the card or the front. On this one, I did the front just because I had so much that I could do that with. A lot of times you don't have a full length of the envelope, so I do the envelope lip normally. But for this, I did the whole front. And then I take it and I snip this side off. Now that matches the card front. Isn't that pretty? All right, so there is card number 5. Let's lay them back out so you can see them. I wanted to share with you real quick. This was the stamp set. I had already put all my stamps on the blocks that we were using, but there are so many in the stamp set. Love it. And in case you missed the beginning, here are the dies, because I did have all of that pre-cut for us as well. But these are the dies that go with the set. So in case you really wanted to see those. All right. But now let's pull out the cards. That's card number 5 right there. Move all of that out of the way. Here is card number 3. Oh, wait a minute. We need to do them in order. Here is card number 4. Here is card number 3. Here is card number 2. Okay. And then here is card number 1. So there are our craft-alongs for our October class for craft-alongs. I hope you enjoyed these projects. I do have 2 kits left, so if you are interested in a kit, place a minimum of a $45 order between now and Friday, and you will get all of the supplies to make these cards. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will be back live tomorrow, Tuesday, October the 28th at 8 p.m. See you then. Thank you for being here.